the thing with the Rockets is I have some question marks about them. I have a question mark about Kevin Durant and how well he can lead a team at this point in his career, but more so, he's never been a player that I don't want to say elevates a situation, but I feel like when your back is against the wall, he hasn't risen up outside of Golden State. This is going to be Kevin Durant's last shot to propel a team into a deep playoff run, maybe a championship. And I think if he does that, this could do a lot for how people view him in general. Because I'm gonna view him the same pretty much regardless. But I think his legacy would take a big boost from it. Amen Thompson, how much of a leap will he take? Because and this is kind of like what pisses me off. And I don't want to put two players against each other, but all the hype that Amen Thompson gets, I think is warranted because of how special an athlete that he is.
Mhm.
But one thing that he is not is an offensive creator. He still can't consistently create offense for himself and for others. And the jump shot. Those are things that need to improve. And usually, a player that has his offensive skill set, we criticize them and bring them down for being liabilities on offense. Amen Thompson has gotten the ultimate pass for that. And he has overshadowed somebody like Alperen Sengun, who Alperen Sengun has been the Rockets' best player for the last couple of years. He's been their most impactful player by every metric. He showed up in the playoffs and played well. And outside of this past season, his shooting percentage has always been above 60%. This past season was his 1 year where his efficiency took a hit, but his defense was really good. And we saw in the playoffs that his defense was also awesome against a Golden State offense that loves to run around. And I think he washed away the Domantas Sabonis allegations, and he proved that he could thrive in a playoff setting. I think Alperen Sengun is special, and the way that he's kind of just been kicked to the back burner as like, oh, Amen Thompson, he's just clearly better than him or gonna be clearly better than him. I don't agree with that, and I think Alperen Sengun deserves more respect for the role that he's played on the Rockets and all those additions that you mentioned, along with the subtractions. You go from Jalen Green to Kevin Durant. You go from Jock Landale to Clint Capella. You go from Dylan Brooks to Dorian Finney-Smith. These are essentially all upgrades that the Rockets made, and the second seed last year should be even better this year.
I understand your point. Shingun deserves more credit. 100% agree there. But the fact that you're under assuming that, I mean, are not saying the fact that Amin does have a higher ceiling than Alperen Shingun. So moving forward, a lot of people are looking at Amin because they see that athletic ability. They see the minor things he needs to improve on, and they think he can improve on it. I'm not sitting here arguing that Alperen Sengun doesn't deserve credit. He does, but moving forward, I'm looking at Amin Thompson because Kevin Durant, this is a guy who's missed 20 plus games in the last few years in the league. Amin Thompson's going to need to take on a bigger role because, yes, Kevin Durant, ideally on paper, is replacing Jalen Green. But when Kevin Durant misses those 20 games, Jalen Green isn't going to be there to take the shots. Dylan Brooks is not going to be there to set the foundation of the culture. Dylan Brooks, as much shit that he gets, there is never a night that he takes off. Amin Thompson's going to have a lot bigger role this year, and I think he will prove that he will be the cornerstone piece of this Rockets team. It's not anything against Shingun. It's purely ceiling base for me.
I'm going off what I've seen, and I've seen Alperen Sengun improve every year. I think he
Have
can
we
be
not
an
seen Amin?
offensive hub. He has improved. I'm not saying he hasn't, but Alperen Sengun right now is shooting threes. He was 4 for 7 last night. Yesterday against Nikola Jokic, and he
I'm talking
outplayed
about
Nikola Jokic.
Euro basketball.
Alperen Sengun, if that jump shot is reliable with his post game, his touch, his passing, his ability to get to his spots, if you add in that shooting ability, I mean, we're talking about a player that can reach a ceiling that most people think that he couldn't reach before. That's all I'm saying.
We shall see. I imagine a lot of minutes of Amin Thompson and Alperen Shingun together. So hopefully it works out for both of them. I agree. I have questions about all the same things you have questions about, which is why Denver is the second best contender behind OKC, and it's not even close. Houston in this division, they'll win it though.